Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm Jashmita and I make videos on fashion and lifestyle. If you're interested in that sort of thing, please consider subscribing. If you've been on my channel before, you know that I'm a bit of a Sezane addict. Around 60% of my wardrobe now is of Sezane clothing pieces, and that percentage would have been much higher if bottom wear from Sezane fit me very well. As a petite girl with wide hips, it doesn't really work. That being said, in today's video I have a first look at Sezane's new spring 2025 collection. This order I placed was from the drop that was on the last Sunday of December and not the latest drop in the first Sunday of January, which was last Sunday. There have been a lot of Sezane launches recently. This is the first look of 2025 Sezane try-on video. Here, I'd quickly like to point out just how many drops Sezane has had on a weekly basis, non-stop, week after week since summer 2024. It's been absolutely non-stop. Not a single week almost has gone by where there's not a new Sezane collection being launched. And I remember a time when they used to be much more slower paced and more conscious about the items that they launched. Now it feels like just any other fast fashion brand. And it's also quite cheeky how they stagger their launches. They tease you with certain pieces and clothing items in their socials, but they don't release them all at once. They release them in a staggered manner in multiple weeks, but you see them on your socials and you're expecting them, or sometimes you don't even expect a particular item to launch in a different color, but it does in a few days later, a few weeks later, and then you're like, oh shit, I missed out on that one, or I picked the wrong one. So I end up placing so many orders over the last couple of months just because Sezane kept dropping new things, and I felt like the next drop is going to have something better and I need to return everything I brought in the previous week's haul. So it's a complete mess. Personally, I feel like I've been placing a Sezane order almost every week for the last 3 months, and that just makes these orders a little bit less special. Back in the day when they were not as big as they are today, they were more mindful about how many pieces they used to release in their collections. Now they're like going overboard with so many different styles and color, and many of them which are very similar. So I'm pretty overwhelmed at the moment, but they still are so aesthetically pleasing, and their socials especially are so pretty and beautiful that sometimes I just wish I lived in the world of Sezane. Now, enough rambling, and let's start with going through the Sezane haul pieces one by one. The first item of clothing and the highlight of this haul is the rim shirt in this lovely light rosewood color. I have been burnt by Sezane lace blouses before. I've had a couple. I'll try and link them, or if I find them, or leave pictures on the screen, but I've been burnt by them because they were so uncomfortable, and I ended up selling them later on in Vinted, and I never thought that I would purchase another lacework blouse from Sezane until I saw this shirt. This shirt has been in their collection for the past couple of years. It's never made it to my wish list until they released this lovely color in Rosewood. Let's take a moment to appreciate this color. It is stunning. I've always wanted to add the rosewood color that Sezane has released in my collection, and I've tried so many different styles and materials for the rosewood color, but I could find nothing that suited me. I just ended up thinking that the color does not suit me until I found this shirt. This is not the typical rosewood color. That is a little bit more muted. This is a lighter version of that color, which is a little bit more cool toned. In my complexion, I feel like I can get away with calling this a neutral. This is made of 100% cotton, lovely lightweight material. The material is not as thick as the cotton that you would get in the tomboy shirt, but it's definitely heavier than, let's say, the silk that you will get in the clothes shirt that I'm wearing here. So it's lovely lightweight material, great detailing with the lace work. It's got very feminine cinched cuffs with lace detailing, looks very pretty. This shirt runs a little large. I have ordered this in the size 34, UK size 6, and it fits comfortably on my body, but the length of the sleeves are a bit too long. I wish it weren't the case. I wish that the length was a little bit shorter and the sleeves were, and the cuffs on my wrists were a little bit tighter. That would have elevated the look and provided a better effect. But the color is so stunning and it feels so nice, and the material is very good. It's 100% cotton, so it's definitely worth keeping, and I can't wait to style this shirt. Lately, I've come to realize that typical shirts don't suit me as well. I always tend to look very official instead of looking very chic and effortless in them. And if I were to hazard a guess, I think it's related to my rounded features. So because of my rounded features, the angular and the straight cuts of a shirt does not typically suit me, which is why I love the clothes shirt that I'm wearing here, or the rim shirt that I just showed previously, so much. They are my hero pieces because they add that little bit of femininity into the shirts in the form of ruffles or lace work. So that was also my motivation for getting the Rosine shirt in this beautiful black shade. I wanted to add to my Elevated Basics collections. Believe it or not, I don't own a single black shirt. And as a person who works at an office, I find that quite ridiculous. So I purchased the Rosine shirt in order to correct that situation, but it didn't work out very well for me because of this very massive plunging neckline. And this sort of neckline it doesn't even feel very sexy. It just feels as if the shirt doesn't fit you very well. And as a petite person with a broad frame, a V neckline is my best friend, but this simply did not work. It has a lot of similar features to the clothes shirt. It has the same sort of puffed shoulder, a little bit of stitching here that gives a little bit of puff. It has the same sort of lace collar, cloth covered button. In fact, it is made of exactly the same material as the clothes shirt. It's 100% silk. So the material and the look of it is quite nice, but putting it on, it just didn't fit quite as well, unfortunately. But if you're a very tall person, a very slender person, this might work for you. But other than that, I don't know how many other people it would suit. The next item I wanted to talk about are the Martin crop trousers. I was so confused about which colorway to go, whether the brown and ecru gingham or the black and ecru gingham, which is going to look better, that I ended up ordering both. A little backstory about these trousers. I purchased them the first time when they released about 6 or 7 months ago, and I purchased them in the size UK 12, one size bigger than what I'm holding here right now. This is the UK 10. So when I purchased them in UK 12, I was about 5 or 6 months postpartum, and they did not fit me. They did not fit me at all, and I remember being so upset that it did not fit, that I was absolutely crushed, demotivated. And now, 6 months later, I ordered them again because I kept seeing them everywhere on socials. And it's one size smaller, it's the UK size 10, and they fit me. So just a reminder to myself and to everyone out there, as women, we tend to be very hard on ourselves, hard on our bodies, but a reminder to be gentle and to work towards your health and not towards a clothing size. That will just come automatically once you start working towards your health. Anyway, coming back to the trousers themselves, I'm very surprised about how well they fit me. Firstly, it's a Sezane bottom wear item. I don't buy Sezane trousers. They are usually meant for tall women. They don't fit me at all. I'm just about 5'1". But this one is cropped. It's not cropped on me. It grazes my ankles, but it fits very well. The material is very nice. It's a blend of cotton and linen. It's got a lot of structure to it. It's not very stretchy, but it's very comfortable at the same time. And the pattern is quite quirky, quite fun. I didn't think I could pull it off, but I think I might be able to. It's comfortable enough that you can actually wear tights under it and it would still work for the cold season. because cotton and linen is not really meant for the cold, but you can make it work for the cold season. It's comfortable enough, it has enough room. I would not suggest sizing up or down. I mean, if you're in between sizes, then it's probably better to size up, but it also very much depends on the type of body you have. If you have like a narrower frame, then maybe you don't need to size up, but if you do have wider hips, then you would obviously need to size up. This does not have much of a gap in my waist, but I do have a much wider hips compared to my waist, and I was surprised it doesn't have a gap in my waist, which is a good thing. Fit quite well, very comfortable, but I do have a couple of concerns with these trousers. First one, I can't decide which ones to keep. That's quite the dilemma that I'm facing. This one looks very um, let's say sophisticated, elegant, and classy, but this one is black and white, ecru gingham, and I feel like black and white just works intrinsically with a lot more colors than brown and white. Let me know in the comments below which one you think I should keep. And the other issue that I'm facing is that I'm not sure if this is going to be a timeless enough piece. I don't want it to be like one of those items that look dated in just a year's time and no one's wearing them. So let me know your thoughts if you think that is the case with trousers such as these. Next, I want to talk about the most disappointing purchase of 2024, and that is the Natalia jumper. If you've seen my previous videos, I'll link them somewhere on the screen because many of those items I discussed in the previous videos are still in stock. So in my previous video, I showed this jumper, the Natalia jumper in the beautiful green color, and I loved it. And a week later, or a couple of weeks later, Sezane launched this lovely rosewood color, and I'm a sucker for this rosewood color. So I ended up returning the forest green jumper and I received this. I tried it on, and to my utter and sheer disappointment, it is so itchy, and I cannot imagine two jumpers having the same fabric, same material composition is itchy. I mean, is it something to do with the dyeing process of the yarn? I mean, only the color is different. How is it so itchy? I even wore it, tried it on with a cotton turtleneck inner underneath, the thermal layer underneath, and it was still itching, and it's the dead of winter, it is freezing outside. So I cannot understand why that would be the case, and it's very disappointing. And it's also an example of how Sezane, they stagger the releases of different colors, same styles or similar styles, and how that can end up really causing a lot of problem for their customers. It might be a great marketing strategy or to increase the number of orders or increase the sale, but now I'll have to end up returning this as well, and I honestly don't have the motivation to place another order to order the green jumper. Now I'm just like, I couldn't care less at the moment. I'm just going to return everything and just hope that maybe a couple of years down the line or a few months down the line I will consider purchasing the Natalia jumper again. Now I don't know what I was thinking when I ordered a vest jacket made out of 100% polyester in the dead of British winter. But this is the Balthazar jacket, and I ordered it in the size 36. It's got fleece-like shearling material. This jacket looked quite substantial on the model in the Sezane app, but on me it looks very skimpy. I bought this for the purpose of layering over chunky knits and sweatshirts in spring. I've been spending a lot of time outside walking in the countryside, moved away from central London, and so I thought that to get in tune with the countryside aesthetic, I'd get a shearling jacket, but it's that middle ground where it doesn't even layer well under a coat and it looks kind of skimpy on its own, and it's not reversible. It's just got this soft shearling material. It's made out of 100% polyester. It's got ribbing of a lovely green, deep green piping along the edges and very nice tortoiseshell buttons. The quality looks very nice, it feels very soft, but it only reaches up till my waist. So I'm honestly not sure exactly how this jacket is going to fit into my wardrobe. And Sezane, in their latest drop last Sunday, has introduced so many other vests and jackets and gilets into their collection. So I guess this is a sort of trend now. The last item of this haul is this lovely Denisa jumper in blue color. They do have a couple of other colors for this jumper as well. If you see my previous video, you will see that I ordered the Amiel jumper and I was not sure of whether it's going to fit well in my wardrobe, so I ended up returning it. The other reason I returned the Amiel jumper was its neckline. It had quite a closed crew neckline, and this one is a V-neck, and V-neck always suits me better than a crew neck. And the color of this jumper is also lighter and cooler toned, so I feel like it's going to go with a lot of my wardrobe, which has mainly got dark colored bottoms. It's a lovely jumper. It feels very nice and soft. I was looking for a chunkier knit than just merino wool, because at this time of year, merino wool sometimes is a little too lightweight, or even cashmere doesn't feel quite as substantial on me. So I was looking for a chunky knit that did not contain super kid mohair or kid mohair, because those are very dicey. They may be scratchy, they may not be scratchy. So I didn't want to take that risk. This one is made up of 68% baby alpaca and the remaining is polyamide and elastane. It feels very nice. It doesn't feel itchy at all. Pretty much the same material composition as the Amiel jumper, but it's a little bit cheaper. I think it is about 20 pounds cheaper than the Amiel jumper. So definitely, in my opinion, a much better option if you like V-neck and if you're broader in your frame. The only problem is that because of the V-neck, in the cold weather, you'll have to like layer something underneath or use a very thick scarf to cover this area up. But I'm okay with that. I can style it like that. I wear scarves anyway, and then I'll have a jacket on top, and I think this is going to look nice with a turtleneck or a black turtleneck underneath it. So I think some ways I will be able to pull it off, and it feels incredibly soft. It doesn't feel as itchy because of the very large V-neck. You'll have to be mindful about what sort of base layer you wear underneath it. I quite like this color and I don't have anything like this in my wardrobe and I can't wait to style it.